All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into something that I guarantee every single one of us has struggled with. Those English words that just look wrong when you try to say them. We're going to untangle some of the absolute trickiest ones. Oh, you know that exact moment, right? You're in the middle of a great sentence, feeling confident, and then, boom, there's a word that looks like a total landmine. You freeze up, maybe you mumble it, maybe you just find a different word altogether. We've all been there. It's so frustrating.
But here's the thing. You're not alone in this. And these weird little quirks in English, they actually have reasons behind them. So in this explainer, we're going to decode some of the worst offenders together. And I promise, by the end of this, you're going to feel way more confident saying these words out loud.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the silent letter saboteurs. I love that name for them. These are those sneaky little letters you see in a word, but you don't hear. They just sit there, hiding in plain sight, basically designed to trip you up. Well, not anymore. So what's the deal with them? Why are they even there?
Well, most silent letters are kinda like ghosts. They're remnants from a word's history, little clues left over from older languages. So instead of thinking of them as mistakes, think of them as fossils, embedded right in the words we use every single day.
Let's kick things off with a total classic. You get one of these every time you buy something. The word receipt. I mean, the temptation is so strong to say that P, right? To make it recept. But nope, that P is completely silent. It's just not there. The correct way to say it is receipt. That's it. 2 syllables. Try it. Receipt. Simple as that.
And here's why. The source material for this explainer calls that P a silent saboteur, and it's a ghost from the word's Latin past, from the word recepta. See, it's a little historical echo, not a sound we actually need to make today.
Okay, you ready for this one? This might be the single most bizarrely pronounced word in the entire English language. When you look at it, you see col, lo, nel. You think, okay, 3 syllables, has something to do with a colony, maybe? Yeah. No. Not even close. Just look at that. It's not colonal, it's kernel. Seriously, like a popcorn kernel. How on earth does that happen? Well, that first L just disappears, the O sound turns into an sound, and somehow that second L decides it wants to be an R. It's a total rule breaker. But once you lock it in your brain, kernel, you'll never forget it. All right. Our last silent saboteur for this section is the word subtle. And, pretty fittingly, its pronunciation is, well, anything but obvious. So many people get tripped up by that B. They want to say subtil. But that B is another one of those silent letters. You just drop it. It's subtle. The difference is, well, it's subtle. See? Dropping that hard B sound just makes the whole word flow so much better. Subtle. So silent letters are one thing, but it's not just consonants that are out to get us. Oh no, the vowels can be just as sneaky, leading us right into what we're going to call tricky vowel traps. So what's a vowel trap? It's basically when a letter you think you know, like an A or an O, just decides to make a totally different sound out of nowhere. And a big reason this happens is when English borrows words from other languages. It kind of imports their weird pronunciations right along with them. Our first example is the perfect word for this. Chaos. A state of complete confusion. And yeah, its pronunciation can definitely cause some chaos too. Okay, so if you're just looking at it, you'd probably say chas, right? With that ch sound, like in chair. But, and here's the trap, this word comes from Greek, so that ch actually makes a hard K sound, and the A and O team up to make a long A sound. Put it together and you get chaos. All right, now here's a word that is so tricky, you'll hear native speakers argue about it all the time. The word is niche, which, means finding your own special place or corner of the market. Now, you will hear people say niche all the time. And honestly, it's so common now, it's basically accepted. But the word is originally French, and in French, it's pronounced niche. So, niche is fine, but if you want to be a little more authentic to its roots, niche is also totally correct. You can kind of choose your fighter on this one. And this actually gives us a great little rule to remember. As the source material says, for words borrowed from other languages, the vowels often sing a different song. I love that.
So if a word looks a little bit foreign, just be ready for its vowels to play by a different set of rules. Okay, for our last section, we're shifting gears a bit. This isn't about silent letters or weird vowels. It's about something called syllable stress. It's all about where you put the emphasis in a word. And believe it or not, getting it wrong can completely change the meaning.
It's a really subtle but incredibly powerful part of English. Just by changing which part of the word you say louder, you can turn a noun into a verb. Let's see exactly how this works.
Okay, just listen to this. You can have a vinyl record, stress on the first part, but then you can record a song, stress on the second. See? Or you could get lost in a desert, or you could ask a friend not to desert you. You can hold an object in your hand, or you can object to an idea. Same exact spelling, completely different words, all based on the stress. It's a huge rule in English.
So let's recap. We've gone through silent letters, those tricky vowel traps, and now syllable stress. What does all this add up to? Well, it means you now have a brand new toolkit. You have a strategy for tackling pretty much any tricky word that comes your way.
Here are the 3 big takeaways. Step 1, be a word detective. Always be on the lookout for those silent letters, those historical holdovers. Step 2, be a vowel skeptic. Question them, especially if a word looks like it's been borrowed from another language. And step 3, be a musician. Listen for the rhythm, listen for the stress, because that's where the meaning lives.
Look, mastering pronunciation, it's a journey, right? It's not a one-and-done thing. But now you are way better equipped. You have the tools to decode all these little English quirks and to speak with a whole lot more confidence. So really, there's only one question left to ask. What's the next word you want to go out and master?